personal social responsibility model came about from Don Helson. He's an author and a teacher out of Chicago. This program was originally for inner city schools and after-school programs and athletic programs, in that we were able to take it in different organizations within physical education, within athletic programs, within rec programs, and then within schools, character education, for example. They were able to take it and modify it to the way we're using it today. We gave a title, red level for the little ones, so that's level 1, being irresponsible. Level 2 is showing self-control, and that's yellow level for the young kids. So and again, that's a concrete way to show that. And the goal for our second graders and above, we make it very clear, is we want them to participate and be involved, which is green level or level 3. And all that means is they meet our expectations they have for our class.
You're on level 1. It's like when you're not listening, not doing what Mr. Jones says, or like you're talking to a friend or not doing the things that Mr. Jones says.
You're not showing responsibility, and you're not participating in Mr. Jones' class.
Green level is when you're paying attention, having responsibility, and following directions.
It's very important that you have clear expectations for your students. You set those expectations out from day one. You're consistent, reinforcing the behaviors you want to see in a classroom. And then it's important to also have consequences, positive and negative.
The first one is a quiet warning. The second one is timeout. So you go to timeout, and when you're ready to come back, you come back. And then the third one is when you get 3 warnings, you go to timeout for the rest of class.
Our goal is to make it intrinsic. We want them to make those choices because that's who they are. We want them to take accountability for the actions that they choose to do, whether it's being irresponsible. I can choose to be irresponsible, or I can choose to participate and be involved. And when we see that, we make that very clear, and that's the learning opportunities. Because when they're showing red level, being irresponsible, they get a warning, so it's very concrete. Typically, once they understand the system, a lot of times our students will tell us what they did. They slid on their knees, they pushed too hard during the game, they were talking while the teacher was talking. Participation is a great opportunity for me. I can praise kids in public, especially younger kids, they love it. I can praise them for moving in good general space, or stopping on the signal, or following directions. So I think that's extremely important.
Let's say you're walking around and somebody's in your way. Doing red level would be pushing them out of the way. Green level would be asking them to move or just go around them.
What's wonderful about our system, our consequences, very high percentage of our boys, when they get their second warning, as I mentioned, the first warning is a verbal warning. Second warning, they know they're supposed to go to timeout. I don't tell them to go to timeout. They take the ownership of their behavior. They go to timeout, they sit there, think about making better choices. They come back into activity when they're ready. So one of the things that's important, we take it off of the person and address the behavior. So we feel like that's extremely important, and they can choose when they come back into activity to make the right choice. We've noticed a huge difference with this system all the way through 8th grade, behaviorally especially. Boys are taking ownership of making the right choices, and they're taking ownership when they don't do things correctly. And that's the intrinsic, and we feel like that's very important.
It's like doing your homework on time to just slacking off and playing video games with your friends, or to be helping other people, as simple as holding the door or helping them with homework or something like that.
Not being told to do something, but you do it anyways.
If you see someone going through the halls and they've got a huge stack of books, they're about to drop them all, you go over, even if you're going to be a little late to class, you help them, and without them asking you or anything.
I play ice hockey outside of school, and maybe passing the puck around instead of just taking it by myself all the time, because that's doing something as a team.
You're doing your homework on time, you're organized, you're helping others with their homework, and then you'd help, and you're just being nice all around.
The goal of the program is not in physical education. The goal of the program is to make our young boys into young men to men, that they can go out into the world and they can be accountable for their actions and the choices they make. They can choose to be strong leaders, or they can choose not to be strong leaders. And we feel like we're giving them the tools through the process in our area that they can go do that in the world. That's our ultimate goal.
This whole program is really spectacular. At this school, our motto is responsibility, loyalty, and consideration. And so when we're talking about our whole responsibility system, it really ties immediately into the fundamentals of our school.